It is not very often, in my world anyway, that bike races go to plan. In this race, I tried several times to attack and get away or follow moves, none to any avail, so feel free to put your comments and criticism down below. Here we go then, first attack, 36 minutes in, keep your eyes on the data down below, so I do flick through this race. I carried a fair bit of pace there, in my mind anyway, 34 miles an hour, past the front of the bunch at a decent speed. My main objective here, the map's in the top left-hand corner of this screen, is to be at the front for this corner, have the bunch already stretched out, and then kick on out of this corner and try and cause some separation and hope that the riders who have made the separation are going to commit to a breakaway. Slim chance, I know. That road is blocked there, by the way, it's stopped. So at this corner, hitting it hard, well, as hard as I can. I'm a triathlete mostly, so I've not really got much of a sprint. I'm kicking on out the corner, and then another rider comes past me, and I think, great, okay, let's go with this. And then I think, oh, okay, the whole bunch is here behind me, so clearly that one didn't work. But this race is an hour and a half long, so half an hour in, people are going to have some legs to respond, maybe not later on. A little bit further into the race then, 1 hour in. Now, these two riders have been on the front for the last 30 seconds, a minute or so, and I just felt the pace drop, and I thought, right, if I slip up the inside here, maybe I'll get off the front without people noticing. Unfortunately, that rider on the outside there, Paul for Derby CC, clocks it straight away, follows me straight away, and Paul's a good rider. I wouldn't mind getting away with him actually, but some riders behind him have followed him, and unfortunately that doesn't go anywhere. However, same strategy here, it's strung out. Those further back in the bunch are going to struggle to kick out of that corner at the same speed that everybody else is, so I'm going to try and carry some speed into this corner as fast as a triathlete can, and then same sort of thing, kick out the corner as hard as I've got here, just to try and cause that separation in the bunch somewhere. I feel like that might have been enough. A quick glance around, no it's not. I still stay on the gas a little bit, but it is not really done anything there really. I was gutted about this one, to be honest, because this is where I was thinking an hour in people might let me go, but apparently not. On to the next one, let's give it another crack. A little bit further into the race here, Paul attacks around the left-hand side of me, so I follow him through again. I know he's followed me a couple of times, so he's feeling good. I try and attack, but I've just not got that kick to go with him, so I immediately sack it off because I think I'm going to wait for somebody else to try and jump across to him. It doesn't happen. These riders come around me on this corner, and they all attack out this corner. I lose a few wheels, but they bring him back, and then the bunch is all back together again. So this gap's opening up here. I sort of spot what happens, but I'm going as hard as I can here, so if these go away I'll be gutted, but I want to go with it if they are going to stay away. I work hard there to follow them, and this rider then just comes around me, and I sort of just drop on his wheel and his draft and the rider behind him just to close that gap together. But yeah, unfortunately it's really strung out, but the bunch does just stay together, and particularly when they're coming up to a corner, it's quite hard to keep that separation. All the riders behind you have to do is brake 2 seconds later and they're straight back on you. So, yep, another failed attempt. Right, this is about 30 seconds later, so I'm fairly gassed, but out of this corner, I kick on hard. In my mind, this is when it's good to attack. When there's been lots of attacks, people are going to be more tired, so you should get more chance of getting away. Unless you've been that person attacking, in which case you're not going to have the legs. Bit of a gap there on the left. I can see that rider attacking there, so I just surge on again. I'm thinking exactly what I've just said. Maybe people are a little bit gassed on the attack, so I'm going to crack on now. And I do crack on, but I haven't got the legs to get across those two quickly. I sense then that there's riders right on my wheel behind. I have a quick look behind, and I think I'm not just towing the whole group back to me, so I'm just going to knock it off there. There is a little gap behind that rider there, but it's just so hard to tell when you're actually in the moment. And these riders then all come around the outside of me. I try and half respond so I don't just go to the back of the bunch, but they basically bring it all back together. So another failed attempt there. Unlucky Daniel, on to the next one. Right. Paul on the front there for Derby CC. I don't know if he's not got the route or something, or clearly doesn't know where to go. It's lulling. It's just been hard, and then there's been a bit of a lull, so I'm just going to surge past Paul here, and exactly the same as I've tried and failed to do 2 previous times. I want to be on the front coming into this corner to try and, it sounds silly now to say it again, doesn't it? Try and stretch it out on the outside of the corner. We've probably got 2 laps left of this course, so an hour and 20 in. I've normalised about 350 watts at this point, so it's been a hard race for me, and it's probably been hard for other people. So again, just try and stamp on it out of this corner, but it's just not enough to cause any separation. This is only 3rd and 4th cat racing, but it seems to be a better and better standard of rider every race I go to, and this has been a good race, and lots of riders holding the wheel very well. Coming on to the last lap here. So, all right, this is like the last chance saloon for me. If I don't get away on this lap, then I don't even like really contest sprints because I know that I'm not going to place well in them. So again, right on the front, this left-hand bend, it does go into a slight headwind, but I am thinking here, this is like one of my last chances. So I stamp on the gas out of this corner. Come on, surely this is the one, surely. 950 watts, what for a triathlete? Of course it isn't the one, and the bunch is still there on my wheel, but I'm pretty much done then. I do a little bit of chasing on this last lap, but basically finished nowhere. So there you go. Don't do that.